All right, this is Leslie's first time, so we'll see how it goes. Come on, Les! How was it? How was it? Too fast.
Too fast.
Hey guys, this is Nate, and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, it's still raining pretty good out there, but I'm impatient, and so I want to at least get the cable hung up in the main tree and get it routed down, and maybe at least get the cable to the other side of the pond. We'll see how the rain holds out. So let me get going on that. All right, let's get this stuff. Oh, this cable's heavy. I'm not gonna carry it up, so I'll just roll up only the amount I need. But I gotta bring the short piece. And I have to measure from that guy, which is about eye level. I'll measure up 7 feet from there. I can try to do that from here and see about where it's gonna be. So 7 feet is about where that mark is. All right. So this is about 7 feet. I'm gonna look at where I'm going. So this tree is really a better location for it. All right, so I'm gonna go on this side. I kind of thought I was gonna go on the other trunk, but you don't always get to decide what's best. All right. So get it close, and then I'm just gonna start spreading these guys out so that they're on the back 180 degrees. Okay, so they're there. Now this cable is gonna come around. Alright. I'm gonna try to get it in all of these places here. And then we attach this turnbuckle. Hope you guys are enjoying this video, because I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. They don't seem to care one bit about the DEET. Alright, so there's that. I'm just going to put it up higher so I know it won't fall for now. Now I can get the cabling and get it up here and hook it on here as well. That'll give me something to start with. So I'll tighten these down later for sure, but for now, look at that. So that's gonna be probably my hardest challenge, is how do I keep it on those blocks. Probably have to do that when, after I halfway pull it across. I'm afraid she's gonna fall off those blocks. Alright. So now we got that hooked up. Alright, so I thought about getting in the little rowboat and going across, but I've decided I'm just gonna walk it. Now, I can't walk straight across. I have to walk around the edge, but I think I have enough. I think I have enough. Cable is the key. If I don't, you'll see me fail miserably, and it'll be funny. All right. So I grabbed a broom stick so I have something to roll that guy on. All right, oh, this guy's heavy, but we gotta go straight across here. Gotta get over there to that opening. Kind of starting to think that a boat would have been a better idea. It's right there if I need it. I've never walked over here before, but it seems to be going okay. Probably my famous last words before I fall down. All right, so I think I go through this next hole here. I made it. Oh, slippery on the shore. All right. All right. Okay, so I made it, but it wants to fall down, of course. Whew, these mosquitoes are bad. All right, so there's my cabling. Now I should be able to wrap the strap around it, and I can use a come along to pull that tension up, and then I'll see how straight of a line I ended up getting. All right, so the cable's across now. Weather's turned a little bit better, but now I'm gonna get this cable up on the tree saver blocks.
Me too, because I'm a helper of Dad.
That's my helper of my dad. All right, so now I got some tension on this. Hopefully I can get it to stay in these little grooves. All right, once they're in there, it's pretty good, but it's hard to get them lined up.
Me too, because I'm going to with Daddy. He is trying to. Yeah.
All right, I think they're all in now. Okay. All right, Elise, now we can go to the other side and we'll grab this cable and try to make it tight. All right. All right, you got that? You can carry that cable?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go across. Hopefully my cable didn't fall in the pond.
Okay.
So now we got our cable and we got our tensioner here. Got my Rambo belt again with tree saver blocks.
Yeah, and I need to get this away.
All right, so
I need to hold it.
Well, this is going to wrap around the tree. And so you do it about a foot higher than where you want your zip line, which is obviously right there. All right.
Guys, we're already here.
Elise, will you step on that for me? Okay. Just step on it right there with both boots. All right, you can hop off. So that's all the way out. All right, mosquitoes aren't any better today, that's for sure. All right. So I think what I might do just to help with this thing from falling down is I'm gonna go through this loop. There we go. All right. So let's put this in up position just so I know it's ready to go. All right, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna pull this cable as tight as I can, kind of by hand, just to get a little bit of tension on it before I put this guy on. If I have to, I can do a couple runs at it, but all right, so that guy's on there now. All right, thanks for the rescue. These mosquitoes are getting daddy. All right, so now that we got that, now we can start pulling this guy in. All right, so I kind of figured this would happen, and that's that my pond is obviously deep and that cable has fallen down into it, so it means that I have to tension this thing up a lot. Pull this guy up. Go back to up. And grab this cable again and do the same thing. I'll have to see how many times I have to do this. It'd be a lot easier if I had ground the whole way, and then, you know, the cable would obviously not be able to sink into the water. Well, I can see it coming out of the water now. All right, ran out of space again. Okay, so just since mine has to get tightened so much, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a clamp. That way I don't have to risk, you know, it ripping out of my hand or something like that. So put a clamp on it to keep it here, and then we'll grab it again after we take the tension off of the tensioner. Messing with it. So let's back this guy off. Okay, put it neutral. Pull this guy. All right. All right, back up we go. Okay, so now we'll take this tension off again. Okay, so that's done. So now we gotta back this guy back off, put it in the down position, release that tension. Okay, now we go in the neutral. Okay, now we slide this guy forward. Okay, do it all over again. Up. All right, so now we got to see how high we want it to be. So if you remember what they said, it's going to drop about 2%, so it's going to be about 5 feet. So that's going to be too low right now, so I gotta make it a little bit tighter than that. Now, I don't have to get crazy tight because I do have turnbuckles that I can use to final adjust it, but you want them to get close. And obviously when I loosen this thing, it's gonna
go down some. So let me loosen this up now and put my tree saver blocks and my sling on it. I'm probably going to go up a little bit higher than my mark just to be safe for now. I might have to raise the whole thing up. I'm not sure yet. Time will tell. Alright, so those guys are on there. We'll spread them out a little bit here. Okay. Now we got to wrap the sling cable around that. Okay. Now we got turnbuckle. Okay, so that's on there. Alright, so now this part is going to be a little hard to get everything all lined up right. So this guy goes outside the tree now. Now it's going to go through the turnbuckle. Okay, so now we got to put our lock, our clamp on there. Alright, so that one's on, and it's tight enough to hold it. So now I'm going to try to get the cable, before it's too tight, over my blocks here. Yeah, it's too tight. Alright, so I'm going to tighten this up some more here. Alright, now give me some looseness here. I can pull this over. Alright, so that's good now. Now we can take this main tension off, down. Alright. Whew, so that guy's down. So now, what I want to do is put my extra clamps on here. Okay, so those guys are on there now. This guy's still around my tree sling. So I'll torque those down before I do any test weight, but let me just make sure this guy's all set. I got a good 15 feet. I mean, it's actually, it's about the right amount you want. You want a little extra so that you don't have a problem. I'll wrap this back up on behind it, probably is what I'm gonna do. But let me get the backup slings on here. Alright, so the backup slings completely bypass the turnbuckle. So you want to go through the cable attachment and then both of these loops outside the turnbuckle. I can finally do this backup. So ideally you pull as much slack out as you can so that if it were to fail, you'd have the smallest change in your tension. It's obviously going to lose tension, but the less the better. Okay, so those are all set. We got thread through each of these. Alright, I think we're getting close to time for a test run, but not with me, but with some weights. I gotta put the stop block on. Probably gonna wrap this cable back here. Alright, let's get the stop block. Alright, so I learned on my other one that I can cheat a little bit and put two of these fasteners through while I'm off the cable. Alright, and then the rubber part obviously goes towards the riders, and I'm going to trim these trees up, obviously, because I don't want them in the way. Alright, so now that guy is obviously not like a spring stop, so if people are coming in too fast, then you want a bungee stop. They do make a spring stop, but the better one is a bungee. So I might attach a bungee to that tree to here to slow people down. I'm gonna play with it first. You know, I only picked about a 4% slope, so a little bit over the 3% they tell you if you have no bungee stop, but my plan is to people to touch down with their feet. So we'll see how that works. All right, it's time to do the backup on the other side and get it tightened up. All right, so for these guys, obviously they want 30 foot-pounds and then go in opposite directions. So 2 one way, 2 the other way. Okay, there's that guy. Come on up. Next rider on the zip line. You ready, Elise?
Yeah.
Okay, stand up high. Keep going. Stand up high. I'm gonna help you, yep. All right, legs on. Okay, you got it?
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Go to mama.
Movie's turn. Yeah. Movie turn.
All right, now that I have it moved up about 3 feet, I would say, on this side, I checked the tension. Seems about right. So let me do a run and see how it goes, or if I should adjust it more. It's hard to tell unless you get the right person weight. So if you put a test weight out there and it's not the exact same weight as you, it's going to be a little different. You know, lighter people are going to go slower, heavier people are going to go faster. Typically is how it works. So let's give it a shot and see what it does. All right, here we go. All right, so I want it probably a little bit tighter. I like to be a little bit higher. Obviously, I need to move my my swim platform. I go right over it, so it's a little bit close, but feeling pretty good. And now it's just a matter of dialing it into personal preference. You know, as you saw there, I have no risk of hitting that stop block, which is nice. So, you know, if you wanted to have something a little faster, you could raise that one up higher. But you know, I'm probably, you know, 8 to 9 feet standing platform to get on that. So it's pretty high. So it gets harder and harder to build a higher platform. But if you want to go faster, you move that side higher, and then you could add a bungee brake here. That's something that Zipline gear sells, and you can put on an adjacent tree, and it will catch a rider. So even if you come in flying hot, it'll slow you down.
That's Nate from the Nader Tater channel.